the number one thing is mind, body, spirit. He brings it all together and hands it to you on a silver plate. Here it is. This is you, the universe, the earth, everything in a nutshell.
It was the health information that led the Cayce family to Virginia Beach in the mid-1920s. One of Cayce's lifelong dreams was to build a hospital and to form an organization that would work with his psychic information. The readings advised the location, Virginia Beach, then a small resort town, and it was there that the hospital was built. Although lost during the Depression, the building was bought back in the mid-50s, and from that day forward became association headquarters. Today, the principles of healing remain the same and are explored by individuals, physicians, researchers, and healthcare practitioners throughout the world.
We find that these conditions arose as the result of what might be called occupational disturbances. Not enough in the sun, not enough hard work. There has been plenty of brain work, but the body is supposed to coordinate the spiritual, mental, and physical. He who does not give recreation a place in his life and the proper tone to each phase, well, he just fools himself. Someday he pays the price.
The consciousness, our soul, continues. We didn't start here, nor do we end here. It's sort of the idea that we are in the body at this particular time in a given lifetime, but once we pass out of it, we still have our individuality. In other words, the soul survives. And that was Cayce's view, that we change places. We go to different realms of consciousness, but we never really die.
To find that you lived, died, and were buried under the cherry tree in grandmother's garden does not make you one whit a better person. But to know that you spoke unkindly and suffered for it, and in the present may correct it by being righteous, that is worthwhile. For each soul constantly meets itself. And if each soul would but understand those hardships which are accredited much to others, are caused most by self, know that in those you are meeting thyself.
The Cayce approach to reincarnation provides a philosophical setting to the past, focusing on practical ways of dealing with this life, living, growing, and being of service to one another in the present, in this time, in this place, right now.
The Cayce readings tell an extraordinary story about how life is meaningful and purposeful, and we're all here on a grand purpose. But then they get even more specific and say that everybody is here on a specific mission, that each of us has come with unique talents and abilities and strengths to contribute something and to grow in a very special way, a very particular life path. And when Edgar Cayce gave life readings to individuals, and there's about 2,000 of them, he wasn't just telling them stories about their past lives. He was helping them see their mission or their purpose for this lifetime. And that's something each one of us can discover for ourselves.
If you want to know what you need to work on in life, look at the people that you keep attracting to you. And if you want to know what you have to work with, look at the positive people in your life, because you can see your own strengths and weaknesses in other people.
I feel that this material gives people a better way of living their lives. It's a philosophy of tolerance and openness, and invites people of all backgrounds to come and share and to learn from one another, to find out more about themselves as people.
If you don't apply, you're not going to learn. And if you apply incorrectly, you'll have to correct. And every jot and every tittle has to be accounted for. And we used to sometimes laughingly say, the jots and the tittles are upon us.
Karma is only memory. It is not destiny. One's past merely provides a framework of potentials and probabilities. An individual's free will determines the actual experiences he or she has in the present.
Know that it is not all just to live, not all just to be good, but good for something, that ye may fulfill that purpose for which ye have entered this experience. And that purpose is that ye might know yourself to be yourself, and yet one with the creative forces, or God.
dreams are given to us for our benefit, to learn from, to grow with.
The dreams as we see that come to the entity are those correlations of the physical with the subconscious forces of the body. And from same there may be gained those truths, those lessons, which, used aright, may be for the development of the body spiritually, mentally, financially.
Hundreds of Cayce readings deal with the subject of dreams and dream interpretation. The dream state is one of self-examination, but it is also much more. A storehouse of all of our wishes, hopes, and memories of past experiences. Dreams can diagnose the cause of physical ailments, they can point out thoughts and emotions that we have perhaps tried to overlook, and they can make suggestions for improving our relationships with others. Dreams can be a catalyst for change in our lives. They can also be reaffirming that we are headed in the right direction, that they can